Good morning, everyone. Sheila here in Boho Daydreams, and welcome to my channel. It's been a long time. I spent almost 3 months in Canada, and I've been back now a week. It's been a very full week at that, trying to unpack my car, get through a lot of the things that arrived while I was gone, just kind of processing what's happened in the last week, even while I'm here, some tragedies, reflecting back on all the wonderful memories I made while I was in Canada. A lot of you were praying for me, and my family, because my dad's declining very quickly, and that's never easy, right? Anyway, I'm gonna pop up my information here. I'm Sheila Genrich, scoghill4@gmail.com. Facebook group is Boho Daydreams, and I'm going to link all of that in the description box. So what I want to do is just quickly show you, for those of you who asked, I've been doing these pages, and I've got them only one-sided. I have a couple thousand to do, so I've started working on them early. These are not for sale. These are for a couple of retreats that are up and coming next year. One of them is in Biloxi, Mississippi, and the other one is in Ashland, Oregon. And so I've been invited to both. So I'm working on just some things for the projects that are being planned for those retreats. Now, I had posted this in my group in Boho Daydreams, just a quick picture because I think they're so pretty. I love the way it looks in journals when the edges are golded. And so these are my own avocado dyed paper, and I love the way they turn out. I don't always understand why it does what it does, but I love it when it does something fun. And there's also the tea dyed. Like, I have a lot of different paper that I did quickly in the last week in Canada, but I love the way that looks. It's variated, even like the corners. So it's very pretty when the edges are a bit golded up. So I had posted this in the group yesterday, and I had a lot of people asking what I did. And for the retreat that Randy Kirby and I did in North Carolina, we had you edge your papers just like this. And it was a wonderful look, and so everybody was very happy to do that because it gives it a special look, the gilded look. So I'm going to go over that today. I'm going to show you just how easy it is and some of the items that you can use. So first of all, you need to have some sort of protective barrier. These are just something that we used at the retreat, so I have a few left over. They're just kind of plastic placemats, and they work very, very well because you can clean them afterwards. I also have a nice big package of baby wipes, or whatever wipes, just some sort of wet wipes that you can wipe your section down with when you need to, and your hands. It's kind of messy. This is what I use. It's very basic. I have a really pretty plate that my daughter got me for Mother's Day or my birthday. It's a mug with coffee. Coffee is always essential. Always have a cup of coffee with whatever project you're doing. And I just slipped it into the bag because you need a surface that is flat. So I did that because that's what I had on hand here in my studio. You need some paint. This is a paint that I get from, was it Michael's? I think it was Michael's. Or was it Hobby Lobby? I don't even know either. So anyway, that, and I use that sometimes, but I'm using something else today. I'm using this. And I get this from Amazon. I'm going to link this in the description box. And it comes in all the different colors. This here, like for my blue, it's kind of cold, so I love to use the silver. But for the warmer papers, I like to use the gold. And then you can also, if you were just splattering or writing, there's this And then there's also this. And I have not really used these because I haven't really done any writing. They're just really small little bottles. But this one works really good to have a couple of little splashes. And let's see, what else do you need? Oh yeah, you need some sort of scrubby thing. This has been sitting in my box for a while. I don't know what this thing is called exactly, but, and you don't need one of these, but you just need one that's a little bit harder. Just a little bit, has a little bit of texture to it, and it's not soft like a sponge that collapses as soon as you dip it into some liquid. Also, if you want to just paint the edges like I did on some of my pages earlier, which is what we did for the retreat, you just need some brushes. And it doesn't matter what kind of brush you use, just use one that you're comfortable with. Doesn't need to be anything special. When you're doing it, you're going to want to do both sides. Just because, you know, when you fold them up, you can see on both sides. And you're going to get that. And I love that. That's from having the wet surface and then turning it over and painting. I love it. So I'm not very careful. You can paint on any type of paper. You can paint on cardstock. You can paint on, this is some of my own paper that I did a couple of years ago. You can paint on that. It works really, really good. I love the handmade paper look. So anyway, let's do a couple of papers, and then you can go from there and make it your own. So let's get a piece of scrap paper, because I always start out with a scrap piece of paper, just so that I can see how my sponge is doing. I'm going to add, shake it up. Add a nice amount. And it's really cool because it doesn't matter what you do. You can go all crazy. I've seen, you know, there's different artists that splatter it all over the place. I just like the edges for myself. Isn't that pretty? The gold is really, really pretty. Just like the edges done, because I tend to make it a little bit globby. And for what I'm doing, I don't want that. So you're gonna dip. I'm sorry about my hand going in front of the camera. You know how you kind of get an idea of how you do things, and then that's how it's always done. I always have everything to my left side, and I'm always reaching over for myself. It's probably because the right side is so messy. Anyway, so kind of blot it a little bit, and then I just get it going. First, I just get it going a little bit, because you got to kind of get your sponge to where it's doing what you want it to do. So I really like that. So I feel good, comfortable with that. So from here on, and I'm sorry that the camera is shaking because I'm kind of tapping the table. And you just kind of blot it onto the edge, and see how kind of I squish my sponge down. I don't want the sponge to be so wet that it just doesn't leave any variation. It looks so pretty, and honestly, that is only personal preference. You do it how you like. And I only do the one side first, just because I want it to dry, and then I'll do the other side next, because I find that this technique, if I do the other side right away, I saturate my edge, and then it kind of dries a little bit different, and I don't want that. Plus, I'm stacking them one on top of the other. I don't want them to stick together. See, and this is what happens, and then I'll do this, and it picks up a little bit of the shine on the other side. It is so, so pretty. So there are other videos out there on how to do this. you just search gilded edges and see what you come up with. This is just my quick and easy way of just making the pages just a little bit special. And I do it on all the different pages, even on book pages. I think, I don't want to put it in there, but I did it even on like printed pages, your DigiKits. I love this. I love the way that looks. And I had only hurried when I did this. And here I kind of splattered it a little bit because I didn't really care. It's such a pretty look, right? So I hope this helps. I hope that you find this little tutorial helpful. If you did, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Now go and have fun and craft. Bye-bye.